So I'm doing sort of an unexpectedly somewhat risky excursion. So I'm doing this challenge where I'm trying to see if I can see the Acropolis just for a couple of minutes, purely out of symbolism. It's kind of ridiculous because I only have about maybe 20 minutes to see it before I've got to get back on the train. It's a long ride back to the airport. Okay, I'm here at the outskirts of the Acropolis, hoping that it's still open. See what happens when I get up the hill. So it is not at all open, which I didn't think it would be, but according to Google it said it was open till 8 p.m. every day, which I thought was highly unlikely in the dead of winter. But it was, you know what, it was worth a challenge. I came into the city and I could see the edges of it from down below, and it was a nice jog up here in the winter sun. So I'm definitely not regretting this. Now I'm gonna get some food and rush back to the airport. So I was thinking on the flight actually from Barcelona to Athens en route to Larnaca that this being 2023, it marks 25 years of me coming to Greece. Because the first time I visited Athens and the Acropolis was in the summer of 1998 when I was a university student in San Diego, and I'd come to Europe for the first time. And my main goals were to get from London to Cairo, and I'd come to Greece in between. And I made a pledge that I would visit Greece for the rest of my life, so long as I was able to. And so, even though the site's closed, still kind of thrilled to be back here. It brings me so much joy to be back in this place, because for me, the ancient world is what made me initially fall in love with the world. Although I eventually became a war correspondent, what got me interested in places like Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran, Libya, and other locations was actually their ancient history, rather than their modern or postmodern, post-colonial, however you want to phrase it, history. And to me, Greece epitomizes the heart of the ancient world. And just even to be in town for an hour, for me is thrilling. So here I am at the Acropolis, an absolute paradise of limestone and marble. It's just one of the most majestic places in the ancient world, and it's the heart of a modern capital. Athens, with its noise and chaos, traffic, pollution, politics, extreme left, extreme right, sort of, you know, a cliche of Southern Europe and the Mediterranean writ large in terms of its political spectrum. The disconnect between the ancient world and the modern world, yet here in Athens, they all kind of come together in a way that's just, it's just absolute magic. I mean, look at how finely these blocks are cut together. I mean, this is something that no one would be able to replicate today, and I think there are very, very few people in this world that understand or theorize how this was done. So it's still remarkable, always will be. I'm glad that I've been coming to Greece for a couple of decades, and I hope to continue to come here. I'm so grateful to be here, even for just 2 hours. You've got to love what's in a Greek metro station. I mean, where else would you find this? So I'm cutting it close to get back to the airport because it turns out there are two different blue lines. There's one that stops well before the airport and one that goes all the way to the airport. And they seem to be at about a 4-to-1 ratio. So I was on a train that I thought said to airport, and then all of a sudden I was listening to music and I noticed that it was going the other direction back to the city center, and I panicked and jumped off. I couldn't tell what was going on. Now I'm at another station somewhere in the middle of the line, and there's a sign that goes between Larnaca, Greek, and English, and it says next airport. So there's a distinction between trains that I didn't notice when I was at Syntagma Square station in central Athens. But I still think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to make it. Okay, this is hopefully the correct train. It's this or nothing. If this doesn't work, I'm not making the flight.
Saturday.